Hello and welcome to the Breaking Bitcoin Market Update. It's Monday, July 12th, 2021. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Welcome back to the show. It's yours truly, Crypto Jack, coming to you live for, well, another 2-hour installment in your favorite daily Monday through Friday cryptocurrency and all things technical analysis podcast. We're back, guys. It was a great weekend. Hope you guys had a good one as well. Shout outs to anybody who stopped in for UFC night in the Discord this Saturday evening. What a UFC! I think it was 264. Crazy UFC 264.
Do you think someone told McGregor before he went out to break a leg?
Yeah, let me turn Jason down a touch. Yeah, that was a wild leg break, if I must say so. Yep. Luckily, I'm sure this man can afford the best surgeons, the best prosthesis money can buy. But nonetheless, it was pretty gnarly. Snap of the leg.
What I was expecting, yeah.
Has anybody found the kick that probably did it? I got to see a replay of that.
Or it was like one of the first kicks. That's Poirier was talking about.
Yeah, probably checked one of the first kicks, and yeah,
that's what he was saying.
That leg probably fractured, and then he stepped on it wrong, and completely his leg disintegrated, guys, below the shin. It was epic. Now, speaking of disintegration, Bitcoin was looking pretty good, at least on Sunday. It was pulling up out of a tailspin on Sunday, but here we are. We're right back into the dump this Monday. Yeah, we're opening another week.
I mean, it it didn't really move much yesterday. I think it really only looked like it was, pumping if you were zoomed in too far.
Yeah, I mean, lower time frames certainly looked like it was beginning to press, but if you look at the 4 hour, it just kind of fizzled out, and then boom, all of it was given back.
Well, we broke the uptrend on lower time frames last week, and we never reclaimed it.
Nope.
Yep, things are looking as droopy as always. Of course, I say things pumped a bit on Sunday because I had just entered a short on Saturday evening, and
just go right in your face, does it?
Yeah, kind of bounced right in my face. But
you should be up from there then.
Yeah, it dumped again since, and I'm still in it. So we'll see how things fare out. I got a couple take profits already down below worth taking. So on your luck, we'll hit those and. We'll see how things go. Yes, it's the first trade I've put on in a while. Oh, I also sold some stuff too. Yeah, I sold my BNB bag. I sold some other things.
Put on a while, and you're shorting this area.
Yeah, he's deciding.
Yeah, I am, and yeah, my take profits are down low. I have a feeling we're gonna sweep a bit more at the bottom of the range.
What brought you out of retirement there, Jack?
I think you fudding the market on Saturday night. You remember that? Yeah.
Yeah.
I was shooting the breeze in the members lounge.
Turned out to be right so far. Just somewhat, Sunday was a little long.
Somewhat. I think I'm probably. I haven't looked at my buy bits since then. I'm probably around my entry, but I took also the opportunity.
You got to be below. You have to be up because we are below where we were on Saturday.
All right, perfect. So. Beyond that, I took the opportunity to sell my BNB and. I haven't logged into some of my exchange accounts in a while, and go figure. I logged into them on Saturday, and Binance hits me with like, please complete KYC, your IP address. Yeah, and I had to like scramble to,
that's a bitch.
To try and avoid that. And so I managed to clear out some of my Binance accounts. Same thing with Bybit, and then after that, I go to log on the Bybit, put that short on. Bybit strikes me with the same message. You're in a Even though my IP was on point, my VPN was on, struck me with that message. So I had to do, same thing. I had to jump through some hoops, rotate my IP a few more times, and finally I got into Bybit without the warning.
It seemed to work pretty well for me on my VPN. It goes away as soon as there are times when I accidentally boot up my computer that I forget to turn it on, and you'll get that red stripe across the top where it's IP detected or something like that.
Yep.
As soon as I turn it back on, it goes away. So, I mean, they have to have me flagged at this point. So,
I've never experienced these types of issues, and go figure, I did this weekend after not having logged in for a while. Yeah, so maybe made me think that maybe indeed there is a bit of a regulatory shift, or at least more compliance work being done over at some of these operations. And
nobody wants to end up like Binance, who's being harassed,
shit on by everyone.
Exactly.
Yeah. You also don't want to end up like Arthur Hayes.
That too. Arthur Hayes, famous BitMEX CEO, who ended up getting indicted by the feds. I think he gave himself up, and I think he's going to be probably during a long legal battle. But
I'm pretty sure he gave him. I think he turned himself in, and then they immediately released him. Of course, so it's not like he's being held.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And now he's gonna.
If anything happens, he's gonna end up at Club Fed. Yeah, it's a financial crime. It's it's not anything else. But nobody. He had to turn his company over to other people to run while he's going through this. No one wants to have to endure that.
Yeah, poor Hayes.
He's going to end up serving soup in a soup kitchen for community service. He ain't going to get
well, maybe you can stash you a few cans.
Cream of tuna.
If you, of course, forward him the correct amount of Doge or something in the can once you guys are bunk buddies.
I'll get to know him. Press fall.
I think I've just discovered another amazing use for crypto. You just have to memorize your seed phrase, and
it's not too hard.
No shakedown of your cell, no search by the warden is ever going to reveal your Doge holdings when you're in the can.
Yeah. Your bum treasure.
Yes. Except this time it's stashed in your brain.
$5 rich attack.
All right. All right, guys, let's get into it. Let's kick this Monday off. Let's take a quick look at the charts, guys. Then we'll get into the alt bubbles, and then we'll hop into the news. From there, of course, we will do the main analysis. We'll have Alex take us through all the broad look at all the markets, followed by your AMA request section. Oh yeah, and don't forget D-Live Chest comes your way in an hour and 45 minutes into the show. So, thanks to everybody joining us yet again today, and we'll get right into it now. Let's do it. Here's a quick look at Bitcoin. Yeah, here we are, touching the baseline once again. A bit of a fake out maybe yesterday on this climb out. Well, I guess Minx wasn't above zero, but yeah, we closed above the baseline yesterday, so I guess people like me who shorted on Saturday were suddenly feeling a bit uncomfortable, but alas, I figured that we were very well just going to keep ranging. And next up will be the bottom range. I think I have one take profit already around here, around 3165, 31,654. I think I got another take profit somewhere closer to 30k on my short, and another week, another test of the range, perhaps. Take a look at Bitcoin on the hourly. I'll show you what I mean by the ugly Monday open. Yeah, this is about where I went to bed last night, and things were looking okay. In fact, I was even, maybe second guessing my short, and then of course I had confidence this is likely the breakdown we're gonna have by Monday morning, and that's exactly what we woke up to. Here is your look at the hourly on Bitcoin. Hop into Ethereum. Yep, pretty much followed Bitcoin's move to the downside. How much was this anyways? Just like a 4 or 5? Yeah, nearly a 5% move downwards in the last 12 hours. Not even. Ethereum currently at 2,045. Wick, no, didn't quite make it to below 2,000, but I think we're about to see a sub 2K Ethereum if this doesn't pull out here. All right, let's go back to the daily, and let's take a quick look at. Oh, allow me just to make one last trading view and adjustment, I should say. Here we go. Here's a look at the Ethereum Bitcoin pairing. Keeping an eye on this lately. Seems like had quite a reversal here. Hit a high. Currently might be bottoming here at 0.062. Curious to see where this goes next. Let's have a look at EOS. EOS holding up pretty good. Had a nice candle from last week. Last Friday, I guess. Was this Friday's or Thursday's candle? 9th. I think this was Friday's candle. And it's been holding up reasonably well.
Certainly stronger than the rest.
Yeah, EOS one of the top gainers, I think, or it was at some point, of bubbles today, so I can see.
One of the only gainers, rather.
Yeah, one of the only ones, yeah. Well, this move was good for nearly 8% until it got sold into today, so we'll see what EOS has for us next. Any more continuation? The permanent laggard. No, it's EOS, everybody. Let's take a quick look at XRP. Currently at 62 cents. Not really much to mention here. Going pretty much sideways. Dot looking a bit the same. Polkadot drooping below $15. Here's Kusama. Here's Kusama at $200. And Cardano. Yeah, looking a bit like everything else. A bit droopy, heading toward the baseline currently at Cardano. $1.31 on the Cardano. Here's a look at Doge. Is Doge giving it up yet? Here's 20-cent Doge. Oof, the bleed out on Doge
it's just
continues.
A slow bleed out, man. All the hopium just slowly leaking out.
The bull market is just a distant memory now of just a few weeks or months ago. Brutal. 20-cent Doge. What else are we looking at here? Here's gold. Gold closed above the baseline and still kind of holding.
20-cent Doge is still ridiculously high.
Still
it
ridiculous
really
high.
Is. I'm expecting like at least that 4 to 6 cent range.
Yep, we're still waiting for that. That was the prediction the call we made, seemingly weeks ago. Yeah. Here's a look at gold. Reclaimed the $1,800 price level. The volatility ensuing. And I don't want to spoil Alex's look at the Dixie, so I'll just put this on screen for just a second. And let's get back to... Oh, I added Crow to my list. That's right. Did you guys see... Oh, here's the other thing that was really exciting about UFC this weekend. Was
a lot of Crypto.com, man.
Oh my god, the Crypto.com. I know we covered the story last week. I wasn't expecting to see it so soon on the branding, but...
Yeah.
They got front, yeah, they got front and center branding and they happened to open on like a major UFC event weekend, right? Like this was the big McGregor-Poirier fight.
Yep.
This one had a lot of eyeballs.
They can turn McGregor's leg break into an NFT.
I guarantee they can.
Yes. Crypto.com commemorates this break of support with a special Connor break NFT.
Break of support.
Yep.
That's great.
No, but seriously, the branding was awesome. It was so cool to see Crypto.com up there, and had like it was very prominently featured. Like, you know, if there's like a tier list,
center punched on everyone's chest.
Yep. If there's like a tier list of like sponsorship deals, it's up there. It's tier 1, top bracket. They got the best. You know, they must have ponied over some good money.
Oh yeah.
Because the CRO branding all over this event was pretty cool. And
I would love to see the numbers on their traffic on how much it actually helps, right?
Yeah, good question. Well, that's why I had added CRO. Probably leads me on the spiels. That I had put CRO on my watch list just briefly for the weekend. In fact, let's look at the. I think this weekend here, right? This whole price action run up was the anticipation of this cool branding event over at the UFC, and of course, once the event wound down, yep, there goes the hype. Deflate the bubble. How much are we down from the top? Yeah, down nearly 6% from the excitement of the Saturday fight. All right, I'm gonna keep my eye on Crypto.com from here though. Still a great project, and I got my crypto card back. No, I have two.
Did you return all your stuff yet?
Now I have a CDC account. No, I'm going to do that this week. But yeah, Crypto.com, everybody. Solid platform. I enjoy my card. All right, and the cashback's pretty solid. And
what is that? Tesla Go Around? That guy says that deal is for 10 years. That's really long.
Crypto.com deal? Wow.
Yeah, that's
Iron.
long.
That's a serious commitment. Wow.
Right?
Well, that's.
Well, I mean, they they printed the money out of thin air by cheating their customers. So they've got plenty of money in the war chest to buy that kind of advertising.
Well, I mean, props, I guess. I mean, that's just a long commitment deal on both sides.
Certainly.
Imagine where we're gonna be in 10 years, dude. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I think Crypto.com are some shysters, but it's good for the sector. So
yeah, exactly.
I can't really complain.
Exactly. And for me, I feel you, Alex, completely with your critiques of it. For me, I made off like a bandit. I'm kind of like a newcomer to the Crypto.com platform. If I was one of like the OG investors back when there was still an MCO coin, I would be probably a bit aggrieved. But in this case, I'm not. I showed up at a perfect time. I bought MCO at a perfect opportunity. I then took ripe advantage of that when they converted MCO to CRO. I had no long-term, investment or stake in Crypto.com or the MCO thing, so I was not quite as put off by their whole move, the way long-term MCO investors might have been. Yes, it was a bum deal for some of them, but in the end, I made off like a bandit. I got my card, and I'm currently enjoying 3% cash back, etc., etc. Not to shill CRO too hard, but I'm satisfied.
They came for the first investors, but I did not speak up, for I was not one of the first investors. We see how it is, Jack. We see how it is.
Well, everybody is responsible for getting theirs. Sometimes it's just desserts. All right.
Scam coins come the hardest.
Yes, certainly do. Let's get into the next piece here, guys, and it's going to be bubbles. Yes, what's going on in the alt space today? Can't help but notice it's a sea of red here, mostly. In fact, the few bubbled winners that we had just half an hour ago are all gone. Well, there's a couple remnants of them. You got the likes of SNX still up about 6% currently. OMI up about 4%.
Is a continuation long we should have gone with. I had Synthetics or EOS as options for continuation longs on Friday. And Synthetics we actually went over on the show as a potential continuation long. But I ended up going with EOS. And while they are both up, Synthetics would have hit take profit 1, and EOS is still underneath it. So, what can you say, guys?
When that happens.
Yeah, but it's good to see that at least on Friday, the system was not incorrect. What it was telling us.
Indubitably.
It's pretty ugly out there otherwise.
Yeah, it sure is. One of the other top gainers of the day that, of course, for some reason is missing, curiously, from Bubbles is INJ. Yeah, INJ, I think, is up like 20% today on Binance. That's the one coin that I noticed.
I think I did get a signal for that. I'm just not on Binance right now currently.
I don't know why some of these particular tokens are missing from Bubbles, but INJ, guys, is the one token amongst them, and that's up. Let's take a look. Still up about 16%. It was up over 20% earlier today. Yes, SNX I mentioned up 6%, OMI 4%, OKB 4%, and here's EOS up just a few points today. Everything else is a sea of single-digit losers, guys. Yeah, even KCS, last week's big gainer, down nearly 10% today. Here's Decentraland down 8%. You got the likes of ENJ, Comp, and Luna all down about 5 to 10%. Your average Monday down day. Not one of these up days after a down weekend. Bit of an up weekend into a down Monday. The choppiness, the sideways continues. Try to hang on, wait for good signals, I guess. What more can a trader do? It is the doldrums of summer. I don't know what to call it, but this is your 2021 trading summer, guys. Should have booked in those profits at the top in May and kicked it all summer long, eh? Yeah, walked away. Very much the case. Okay, guys, so he tells me the heat is going to get turned up later. I even have a, actually I have this story here on screen right now. An interview with one of the OKEX executives and their take on it. I'll get into that very shortly. But yeah, later this year might very well turn up the heat, like I said, on the markets. I have something a little more exciting with you guys. But hey, I'm super happy that we have the loyal audience kicking it with us all summer long as well. Even when the market is, not so hot and exciting, not quite the fervor we were enjoying just a few months ago. That's okay, guys. Once the price action comes back, I'm sure we'll get that excitement back along with it. All right, let's get into, where's your look at Bubbles? Yeah, let's get into the news next. Yes, I guess I can go into the news next, and then we'll shout out the audience in the live chat. Let's do it. All right, here, I'm going to drop this in the live chat as well. Let's do it. All right, just deposited the link on DLive, should be on the other platforms as well. For anybody who wants to take a look at this, it's an interview, as I mentioned, with the OKEX Financial Markets Director. Talks about Bitcoin's price, the recent China clampdown, and much more. Not going to get into too much detail. It's worth probably a watch, but basically explains that the China situation, the big China FUD, yes, China banned Bitcoin again, but this time looks for real. Seemingly driving some of this market volatility as of late. But he makes the case that the China, as big of a player as China is, it's not to the end of the world what's going on there now. He does go into, here's a quote as well. Let's see here. One of the things they ask, of course, this financial director of OKEX is Bitcoin still in the bull market? Here's his take, quote, I think the correction's already kind of finished, or at least close to being finished. Whoever needs to sell or deleverage, this is their last opportunity. And the last rally was mostly driven by leverage trading. We could see insane numbers in all kinds of trading metrics showing that everyone was adding a lot of leverage. It makes sense. That's how bull markets come to life. All right. He does think that a lot of the downturn can be attributed to deleveraging, and that's why we saw a really sharp crash. However, he also thinks the correction is really quite done and almost close to finish. Despite this, he noted there's still a lot of uncertainty in the crypto market, mostly originating from the ongoing regulatory clampdown. Yet, he outlined that things are starting to calm down and prices don't react as much to negative news anymore, concluding that we're definitely still in the bull run. All right, I'll take it for what it's worth. I'm sure he has a vested interest in keeping the crypto euphoria going. Investors still flooding onto OKEX to buy their favorite shitcoins in the red.
I have a little bias there. Yeah.
Yes, certainly. That's what I'm trying to point out here. I'm sure he has his own bias. I'm sure OKEX mostly prefers having a bullish market with ripened speculation where you pour onto the exchange and you buy the crap coins. But with that said, something to think about here. Like I said, the extended interviews in this video here, but has a few interesting takes, including the thoughts that indeed, much like we're thinking, at least I hope we're still thinking, we'll still see 60K or higher again this year. Let's see here. For price targets, he believes that Bitcoin's price recovering 60K this year. Quote, it will take longer to reach higher goals like 100K. He thinks 100K is possible in another year or two. All right, so there you go. OKX's financial markets lead, putting in a prediction for 100K Bitcoin within, well, a year or two. Maybe even a bit conservative compared to some of the other pundits out there, but we'll see. All right, anybody wondering what the total damage so far this year on ransomware attacks are? Man, it's been a busy year for ransomware attacks. Yeah, on the heels of the whole cyber polygon thing, here we have this story. Ransomware attackers made off with $33 million in Bitcoin this year alone. Ransomware payments in 2021 have totaled magic 33 million in Bitcoin, according to a recently launched tracking tool. Hackers behind ransomware attacks have taken at least 33 million worth of Bitcoin at the start of this year, according to a new one called ransomware. Yes, not W-A-R-E, but rather W-H-E-R-E.
Oh,
Ransomware, yes. This is a new site. It's now tracking and also collecting, helping. You can also, obviously, this site is built for also reporting ransomware attacks. So all things aggregating ransomware. Here we go. Well, according to this one, this is probably all time. Yes, so 60 million tracked all time. And if I could click this year, yes, their counter is currently around 32.7. Wow, over 30 million in ransomware attacks. According to ransomware, this amount can rise dramatically should Russian-speaking cyberware syndicate ARRR receive the 70 million it demands from some 200 U.S. companies hit by a massive ransomware attack earlier this month. Man, that is still going, eh? Yeah, we covered that earlier. This was another huge attack, and indeed, they want another 70 million. That's going to round this. If they do get paid their 70 mil, it's going to help round things out to a solid 100 mil in ransomware losses in the space. Victims paid hackers, let's see here, in April 2019. So yeah, I guess they're going back a year here. This ransomware, ARRR, was responsible for a third of all ransomware payments this year alone. Victims paid the hackers 11.3 million in Bitcoin. Man, this ARRR group.
We have a user here. It says their city's town hall just got hit by ransomware last week.
Holy crap.
It's everywhere.
It really is everywhere, guys. My radar is seriously up to this. Between this and I don't know if you followed any of the, if anybody followed the cyber polygon military, the cyber warfare exercise, and some of the closing comments on it. Man, the internet is in crisis, seemingly, or at least the way we know it. It's in danger, and already floating ideas.
It's so lax everywhere.
What's that?
I mean, internet security is so lax everywhere.
Very much so. Yep.
It's not like every company has an IT expert. Most don't.
Oh,
but everybody's data is held by all these companies and, city halls. City Hall doesn't have, the average city hall is run by like 5 people and it's held together by duct tape and bits of string. They don't have IT experts.
I used to work in quite a bit of the municipalities and stuff around here, selling them copiers and stuff, and their IT experts are jokes.
Oh, he says in Romania they have shitty IT security. Listen, in America we have shitty IT security.
Yeah, that's everywhere, bud.
It's the case everywhere. Yeah, OPSEC experts are not usually, there's not enough of them to go around to look after everybody's IT infrastructure. And sadly, we're heading down a road where a lot of this is vulnerable, prone to exploits. And yes, if we take some of the cyber polygon, Carl Schwab comments to heart, we very well be looking at a future where internet might be in crisis, and they'll have to reboot things, and this time with some restrictions. You might very well need a special license or ID to even log on to the internet of the future that they have potentially in store for us. That's another story for another day, but Yeah, crypto. I was on Facebook the other day, and I was reading some comments about there's some, I think it was some cyberware story, or yeah, some ransomware story or another, and a lot of comments were like, "Stupid crypto, stupid Bitcoin, oh my God, like all these people getting hacked because of stupid crypto. Why do we even need crypto? All it's good for is ransomwaring people." So
Did you hear
clearly,
this from?
what's that?
Who did you hear this from?
Oh, just general comments on Facebook concerning discussion about cyberware and all things ransom, I guess. Ransomware, yeah, I guess is what I was trying to get at. So it goes to show you, right now, crypto in many ways, before it was already, it was already associated with seedy dark web criminals, and now barely shaken off that reputation, and now we're acquiring a new one, which is practically an existential threat for infrastructure everywhere is crypto and ransomware. Always something, never a dull day, always looking like the bad guy in the room. All right, let's get into a couple more news stories and we'll get into the next segment very shortly. How are we doing on time? All right, got to wrap this up in the next couple minutes. All right, here's a California man arrested for using government's COVID-19 PPP loan to buy crypto and Tesla. All right, so anybody else exploiting their local stimulus, or what's this PPP loan? Public-private partnership type thing?
So the PPP loan, it's the Paycheck Protection.
Yes, here it is. You're right. Yep.
Paycheck protection.
You got it. Gotcha. I'm not familiar with this because I'm not quite.
A lot of people utilize this.
Yeah, he's Canadian, so Jack has an excuse, folks.
I have an excuse. I'm not too sure what PPP is, but now I know. Apparently, the Paycheck Protection Program and the Economic Injury Disaster Loan COVID-19 relief funds were tapped in this case by this gentleman here, Lebnitz, Mr. Lebnitz. Arrested Thursday on criminal charges related to his alleged scheming to submit fraudulent loan applications seeking millions of dollars in Paycheck Protection Program, funds. And according to the indictment, the 40-year-old man from San Jose submitted at least 27 PPP loan applications, and at least 7 of these EIDL loan applications on behalf of multiple people and business entities. The indictment alleges that Tran bought in excess of $8 million in PPP and EIDL loan funds, and he sought in excess of $8 million, and he had managed to obtain a little over $3.6 million in these illicit loan proceeds. Ultimately netted about $2 million from the scheme, noting him and others used these illicit proceeds to make purchases at restaurants and retail stores. Oh, they went on a bit of a shopping spree. They also made deposits into personal investment accounts, buying cryptocurrency, and in one instance, they even picked up a $100,000 Tesla from a luxury car dealership. He allegedly used false.
I thought they bought Tesla stock.
That's what I thought too when I first read this.
Yep,
yeah.
They bought a whip, boy. Bought a new whip.
I wonder how much Doge they picked up. He's charged with 6 counts of wire fraud, blah, blah, blah. Might face up to 30 years. It's the first time someone's actually been charged for misuse of these COVID relief funds to buy crypto. Someone in Houston, Texas bought, let's see here, crypto using some of his PPP funds as well earlier. So there's another precedent earlier. All right, well, he splashed a bunch of it around. Hopefully some of it he shoved in a cold wallet and buried somewhere. That way, when his 20 to 30 stint in jail's up, maybe he'll still have something to fall back on. In the meantime...
This goes perfectly into that thing we were talking about earlier with your butt treasure.
Yes, something like that. Although I guess even that is going to be confiscated. So I was specifically thinking of memorizing your seed phrase and manually,
these guys should be taking the cryptocurrency out voting.
There you go. Yeah. All right.
Lost the keys.
Hopefully nobody else here is using their stimmy checks or their PPP loan money for rampant speculation in the market. If you have, well, something tells me you're...
The more funny it is.
Yeah. All right, let's get into this next piece here. Coinbase, Kraken, and Gemini, will they surpass Binance? Bloomberg points to one reason. All right, so there is an article coming from Bloomberg. Let's see here.
It sounds like a press release.
Yes,
Are you
kind of.
making a free press release?
No, not in this case. It's a story from Bloomberg Business Week, all right, and they float a certain kind of idea. They're talking about the world of crypto exchanges. One strategy never seems to pay off: embracing regulation. And I am low on time, so I'm not going to go into this too long. In fact, I'll drop the link in the chat if anybody's interested in this piece. But basically, they go into this idea that in this case, regulation is going to likely be necessary. And if Binance can't keep up on the regulatory front, even though this is their edge right now, obviously a lot of people like Binance because it's not US based, and you do have very lax kind of KYC seemingly. Unfortunately, this is likely going to be their Achilles heel, and these other exchanges, the Western-based, American-based Coinbases and Krakens of the world, even with their less than ideal, maybe KYC situations, are going to be the only ones left to survive in this space. Of course, it tries to weigh this idea of privacy and security and regulatory fronts. In this article, I'm kind of low on time, can't get into it, but that's basically the gist of it, guys. This is what Bloomberg is floating this week. Again, kind of a mainstream piece here. All right, one last item or two here. Grayscale Digital has a large cap fund and it obtained SEC approval. Grayscale has received regulatory approval to reduce the lockup period of its large cap fund. All right, American, of course, this one's in this, we're going to be covering this because we covered this last week as well, with this whole unlock FUD business coming to a head later this, is it this week? I think the lockup ends on the 18th. Yeah, that's going to be, I think, this Friday, I guess. American digital assets giant Grayscale obtained approval to become SEC-reported company for its digital large cap fund, which of course is composed of Bitcoin, Ethereum, among others. Grayscale's digital large cap fund has become SEC-reported company. It's the first SEC approval beyond just their basic Bitcoin and Ethereum offerings, blah, blah, blah. Oh, let's see here. Anything super interesting here? Nope, mostly just filings, and I guess something to do. Being an SEC-reported company will reduce the lockup period for the trust shares from 12 to 6 months. The trust will also need to follow filing quarterly and annual disclosures using some of the following forms and audit statements, blah, blah, blah. All right, nothing too meaty here, except I guess they're officially a SEC. I mean, I'm sure they were doing some kind of reporting, some minor regulatory change. One that I guess will allow some of their investors to have a shorter lockup period. All right, anything else here of interest? All right, I guess if you think this market's dead yet, Fidelity's crypto unit's planning on expanding into Ethereum, and it goes on a massive hiring spree. All right, while the market's down, this is just a classic case of you got to build. You got to build, as even in the bear markets or in the summer doldrums, you still have to be out there building out the infrastructure. In this case, Fidelity Digital Assets, a crypto-oriented unit of the $10 trillion mutual fund behemoth, plans to start offering services for Ethereum as well as other crypto. Bloomberg is now reporting, as of now, Fidelity's crypto subsidiary, which was set back in October 2018, it holds and mostly just trades Bitcoin, but now the Boston-based financial firm is venturing into the custody business back in late in 2019. It's been incredibly successful, according to CEO. And now they are getting onto a bit of a hiring spree. As head of Fidelity's digital asset unit states, there is now more demand for Ethereum than ever before. Quote, we've seen more interest in Ether, so you want to be ahead of that demand. This would not be Fidelity's first foray into Ether. Back in 2017, they revealed the company was mining the second largest currency alongside Bitcoin. All right, go figure. They even had some mining operations. But alongside this, of course, is an expansion into alts, and they're going on a massive hiring spree, planning to expand their headcount by over 100 employees. Claims that the subsidiary institutional clients now include corporations and retirement consultants that want to get exposure to crypto. Despite the massive rout in crypto prices, he said institutions are actually becoming more interested in the novel asset class. All right, well, they're putting their money where their mouth is, including expanding out their crypto unit by over 100 people. So, like I said earlier, if anybody thinks crypto's dead or that some of the excitement is going down, Fidelity apparently doesn't think that way. Big expansion into Ethereum and alts. You got your Ethereum bags packed. Might be ready to back up the truck on Ethereum myself on the next pullback. Ethereum. All right. Let's see, how am I doing on time? I guess I really need to rewind it down here. Is there anything else I really want to cover here? Yes, here's a South Korean law enforcement arresting 33 people, again with this magic 33. 33 people arrested in South Korea for conducting illicit crypto transactions, and total damage $1.5 billion they stand accused of in handling. So it seems like a big time operation shut down by South Koreans. All right, finally, anybody? This one, I mean, Alex has already picked his safe haven. Alex has already flown out to Puerto Rico, but in this case, there's something called the Plan B passport, and it's selling citizenship to tax havens for crypto investors. Plan B passport, very interesting name for the company. Plan B Passport is a company that offers citizenship from tax havens to crypto investors. For a donation between $100,000 and $300,000, wealthy crypto hodlers can protect their assets from taxation from their native country.
This really feels like a press release for this company. This is basically shilling the service.
This is undoubtedly shilling the service. Yes, you're absolutely right. A few of the countries available are St. Lucia, St. Kitts, Barbuda, and Portugal. For just $200,000, you become a citizen of one of 7 jurisdictions that do not impose capital gains on crypto holdings. Company named Plan B Passport, founded by former professional sailboat racer, offers high-end clients the opportunity to do just that. CNBC highlighted them in a recent report. The company brokers a few hundred passports each year for clients that are mostly from Western countries. Clients can choose one of 7 nations. All right, guys, I'm going to wind it down here, but let me know in the chat which one of these destinations would be up your alley. Antigua, Barbuda, Dominica, Grenada, Nevis, Portugal, St. Kitts, St. Lucia, and Vanuatu. That's a new one to me. Interesting. Portugal, you can broker a Portuguese.
You're really starting to border on shilling this thing, man. Right. These people aren't paying us enough to. They're not paying us anything at all. So let's not
shill them any further. I gotcha. All right, guys. Well, there you go. There is the cost of potentially fleeing to some degree or another to one of these other tax havens. Alex, of course, comfortable where he is right now, so therefore he's gonna.
Still in America.
Yes, still in the non-continental United States. All right, enough of this. Let's get into the next piece. Let's see who's with us in the live chat. No more shilling of tax haven getaways. Let's see who's kicking it with us this Monday afternoon. We have Daniel. Shoutouts to Daniel, as always. Money Monday, he writes. You're first in the chat, Daniel. Shoutouts to you. Electric on the D-Live rain. Hola. Shoutouts to Electric. Bob the Builder writes on YouTube, man, I'm always second. Thank God it's Monday, though. Well, in this case, I think you were third, but shoutouts to Bob the Builder. Gonna get my afternoon coffee right now. All right, coffee up. Alex1233, hello and good evening. Shoutouts to Alex1233. Crypto Cats, hello. Shoutouts to Crypto Cats. Taz Blitz writes, good evening. Good evening to you. Alex1233, we now need to ban Italians because they're cheating. You can shove your... Oh man, somebody's very salty about the Euro Cup, the UEFA finals. England versus Italy. Italy, another star in the hat of Italy. Congrats, I guess, to any Italian football fans out there. Yes, they took the win, I think, after a shootout and after a very ugly game. I think I saw a lot of fouls and a lot of shenanigans happen on the field during that fight, and of course, pandemonium after England lost over in the UK. Condolences to any British. I know you guys take your football seriously. Condolences for not having brought the cup home. Let's see here. CryptoCat says, yo, I'm Italian. All right. Tesla Go Around writes first. Well, first on Twitch, but shoutouts to you, Tesla. Crypto Cats, don't be hating on that dope ass win. I'm not sure if it was a dope win, as you call it, Crypto Cats, but a win is a win. Let's see here. The best team lost, says Alex1233. Oh, them's are fighting words, guys. I see a lot of talking back and forth here concerning the finals. All right, BTC volatility looks like it's dying off, says Electric. Yeah, maybe the volatility's coming to a low. Where is your VPN coming from? Ask CryptoBull21. It varies. It varies for sure. But generally speaking, when I connect to Binance and such, I usually try Switzerland. But lately, even that's causing some issues. So I have to go try different jurisdictions sometimes. Let's see here. Got to get that kill switch on your VPN. I always use the. Trust me, I never connect to these guys without a VPN. I've never made this mistake, and I've never had this issue before. But clearly, there is a crackdown underway. I suspect it has something to do with there's only so many gateways, so many portals or whatever you want to call them with the VPN, and so even though I'm connecting through Switzerland, there's probably a whole bunch of other Binance people internationally connecting through that same gateway. And when they see that there's, a dozen plus users all coming from the same IP, whether it's in Switzerland or not, I think that's a red flag for them, and that stuff gets flagged. So I've had to pick more obscure nations that are still safe to connect through to bypass that. But thank you, Crypto Bull. Yes, a kill switch is a very good idea. Let's see here. I mean, I practically wrote the book on VPN and your way to Binance. Shoutouts to PolyB. Hey folks, shoutouts to you, my man. Bricks in the live chat writing hola. Shoutouts to Bricks. Use a NordVPN, has a kill switch, says Daniel. Believe me, guys, I'm always VPN'd out, even during the course of the show. Rallo101, hey guys, can you check? I'll add that to the request line. Alex1233 writes Doge shit. Yeah, I understand you're not a fan of Doge. Tesla says, alright. Everyone says they saw it is so funny. Okay, not sure what that is. Let's keep going. The deal's for 10 years. That was cool. Alex1233. Connor was brilliant both in and out of the ring, but he has done. Money has taken him. So you're one of those people who think that money has fully corrupted him. He doesn't have the fighting spirit any longer. He did talk. I don't know about what you mean about both in and out of the ring. He was brilliant. I mean, I think he talked an enormous amount of shit. I think he was a very gentlemanly of him. The shit talking was flying after the bout. I guess it's easy to talk shit when you're being carried out on a stretcher. Any word, mostly red again, indeed. He's an arrogant bastard. I feel you there, CryptoBull21. Jose Alves joins us in the live chat. He says, hey guys, how are you all doing? Doing great, thank you. Welcome back to the show. It was show business, dude. It's what the UFC needed, says Alex1233. Yep. Yeah, nothing sells like drama and shit talking.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's one thing to be a shit talker and all that stuff, but he did hold two belts at the same time, so the guy is good.
Certainly is, but maybe the money has made him weak.
Could have been. That's why I was glad to see that, like, since his last loss, he really hasn't been out there bragging or anything. I was hoping that he just kind of got in the gym and wanted to take it back, right?
And he very well might have.
Break a leg.
Yeah, Poirier in the guillotine. Maybe if he had just closed the deal there, with that guillotine early in the first round, we'd be in a different, timeline right now, but we're not.
Happens the way it happens, baby.
We're in the he's finished, his legs shattered.
Oh yeah, he's definitely out for a year.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's an old man now, so I think if anything, maybe this is calls for retirement, unless they can give him some kind of bionic leg that'll prevent breakage in the future.
Ooh, just fucking machine gun kicking people.
I mean, this is
with a titanium plate, just breaking legs.
I mean, it's the UFC of the future is going to be an exciting one. Let's put it that way.
What was that movie with Hugh Jackman, Real Steel or whatever, where they just have like robots to fight for him instead?
Really? Never heard of it. Real Steel. Add that to the list. Go figure.
It's like a kids movie, I'm pretty sure.
Tesla Go Around. CROs in the Cosmos ecosystem and the new Osmosis decks give some very nice farms for CRO. Alright, cool. Good to know. Might give that a shot. Currently, my CRO is locked up in their supercharger. Let's see here. BFlow. Thanks for rubbing it in, Jack. Sorry, B-Flow, were you cheering on for England? My apologies. Ron Legato, shysters, but I made 3x on MCO, though. Yeah, right. Oh, maybe the CRO MCO business. Sorry, guys. If you're a long-term MCO holder, sorry if didn't work out. Didn't work. Yeah, it got worked pretty good, indeed. Ron Legato, he says he made 3x his position. All right, well, did okay. Chico on YouTube writes, maybe we could look at option room later. All right. I'll take a look at the request line. Hang tight.
Remember, Crypto.com at last alt season, it just pumped for weeks straight. It was week after week after week after week of green candles. Also, that at the end of the token swap, Crypto.com would be highly priced and MCO would be lowly priced, and it was rough. But if you bought Crow, hey.
You're absolutely right. I remember that very clearly. Indeed, the price pumped. Just seemingly, now looking back at it, seemingly for the express purpose of making that CRO to MCO swap as unfavorable as possible for the MCO holders. Yep. You know, you get your MCO to CRO conversion at the most unfavorable rate possible when the conversion rate takes into account the last, exactly the last couple of weeks or months or whatever it was of the pumping price.
That Crow price crashed after the token swap. I don't think that's a huge coincidence.
No, it's certainly not. The whole thing was really, really funky. But with that said, it didn't really affect me. But sadly, my apologies to the likes of B-Flow. You did not fare so well. All right. Yes, Logan Paul is going to be throwing it down with McGregor next, maybe. That would be it. And here's Chico Verano saying Jason versus Logan Paul when? Yeah, Jason, you think you're ready to step into the ring? I think Paul's.
He's bigger than me for sure, but you give me a month with a good trainer, and you'll have to knock me out.
All right. You heard it here, guys. I've got some BTC ready to put down on my boy.
I got some gambling.
RK, no community poll, guys. I don't really have a poll today. I don't want to, overly spam the polls with kind of like the same old up down. But I guess give me some time, RK. I'll come up with something creative for the poll. Apologies for no poll today. The Splash 85. Good evening, guys. I don't really like Roger's crypto corn. So much hate circulating there. I have no idea who Roger or his crypto.
Roger, crypto.com, right?
Oh, crypto.com.
Isn't that the guy who made it?
No, well, not that I'm aware of. No, I
think that's what he's talking about.
Not too sure. Maybe you're right. Stelash 85. Shoutouts to you nonetheless. Let's see here. Finally, Mr. Ether's with us. Flash flooding here today. Damn, things are really, the weather has been wild this year. Heat wave over here. Flash flooding over in Mr. Ether's neck of the woods. Stay safe, Mr. Ether. Keep the water out. It's not the size of the dog in the fight. It's the size of the fight in the dog. Well said. Well said. Splash 85. My city's town hall has been blocked last week due to ransomware. We mentioned that earlier. Another stimulus is coming to the U.S. on the 15th. Brilliant. Get those stimmy checks in now.
Really? We're getting a new stimmy?
Crypto Bull says, yeah, another stimmy coming to the U.S. on the 15th. Interesting. Government agencies, yes, all run by blah, blah, blah. All right.
So July 15th? Because that'll be funny how it coincides with those contracts expiration.
Yep, exactly. Get ready to convert your stimmy bucks into a flash sale.
Get my stimmy check.
Potentially flash sale on cryptos. Gonna, forget groceries. Forget maybe critical medicine for your children. Got to get your crypto bucks up. Let's see here. Wook Chewy supposed to be used to play employees, not investing and spending. Well, yeah, I think that's exactly what the BPP was meant for. But alas, someone's always gonna find a way to take advantage of the system. Government giving away free money. You know what that means. We're going Tesla shopping, boys. Let's see here. It's supposed to be for business. Yes, it certainly was, but that's not what this guy did, and that's why he's doing 20 to 30 now. Self-employed equals all good. You are an employee if you own your own business. Payroll paid to you can be used for anything. I suppose so. Let's see here. All right, guys, that's enough of the live chat. I think I mentioned everybody. Mike Mayer, Rolo Maximus, any word. Yes, take a dive, grab your ankle. It's soccer in a nutshell. Yes, lots of diving, guys. The Italians are famous for their on-field theatrics. All right. I think that's about every. Forza Italia, writes Alex81SG. Welcome to the show. Franklin MC's with us as well. Guys, I have to go. Rot died, Torrent, all of you. Shout-outs to, very special shout-outs to you all. Oh, Roger Veer is who he was talking about, so I got to go back and reread that in context. But thank you guys so much for being here yet again. I know this intro ran a little late, but that's okay. Still the summer. Right. We're kicking it. We're doing a casual on the show as of late, so be it. Alex, if you don't mind going live, I'll connect to you now, and we'll kick off the next part of the show. Yeah. Luckily, we're pretty light on requests as of late, so when the intro drags on, it's not so much of a loss. Only so many requests.
It goes. Viewership always drops whenever price consolidates, viewership drops. People only want to look at crypto when crypto's moving.
Yeah.
Yes, but of course that's not everybody in the live chat. Our regulars are, well, they're
the viewers that are here, no, they're obviously not those people. The viewers that aren't here, they're not here to hear me say that they are fair weather crypto traders.
Good point. That's a great way of putting it.
I said it.
You did.
Yes, you did. All right. Let's get into it. I just connected to Alex's stream. He's currently looking at the BTC/USD BitMEX chart on the daily. Brilliant. We're all synced up. I'm gonna, what comes next? I'm gonna hop into the live chat, start extracting everyone's requests. I saw a few already posted. Alex, Jason, you guys hold it down. I'll be back.
Yeah. Well, things look probably a little bit more grim today, but honestly, it's just more sideways. Yeah,
we haven't broken any levels or anything yet. We're just still between the range. Just keep going slowly sideways.
Well, I mean, we do have this broken uptrend here, and we are below the point of control. Higher time frames, 12-hour at least, have us, which, still intraday, but it's getting up there. We're already turning over on our oscillator here, so overall, things don't look fantastic for Bitcoin, and really for everything else here, because everything is trading really strongly with Bitcoin at this time. Lots of very heavily correlated all together right now, so it's kind of hard to take a trade that isn't the same as every other trade in crypto right now. So if we come over here to Ethereum, similar looking, maybe a little bit worse. So this area we have been eyeing as potentially a support. Whoops, come back. This area we've been eyeing at around $2,100 here as a potential support resistance flip. So here we come down here. We're finding support up here at 2,400. Break down a little further. We find support at this $2,000, $2,100 area. Come back up. Attempt to find support here. We don't. We break down. Find resistance at 2,400, and now we're also finding resistance at this 2,100 area. This is not fantastic. So let's zoom out a little bit here, see what's going on. All right, so all the way back here, this is our weekly trend. Let's let's come out into the weekly here. All right. This is the weekly logarithmic trend for Ethereum. Pretty overextended here. Apparently trap below resistance, trap below our moving average, which is the Hull 60 at this time. On the monthly, our oscillator gave us an exit signal last month, really. I'd be interested to see what happened with volume by the end of this month. If we continue to have decreasing volume on by sellers, that could be positive. But at this time, Ethereum looks pretty pretty wilted here. I don't like that we're I don't like that we're finding resistance here. We really needed to find support in this spot to get a continuation here, and break and attempt to make an attempt on this downtrend here. This line, I'm basing this off of these two data points right here. I'm not really sure the best way to draw this downtrend here, but I do think it's clear that we're kind of failure to launch here on Ethereum.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the trend is not obvious on what to draw here, but ultimately it doesn't matter. We're nowhere near to getting a continuation long signal. We really need to stay above our moving average, which right now we're kind of challenging it. We're moving into the Keltner channel around it. I would have already dumped along here all the way back in this area when we had the break of the uptrend. At the time transformation also gave us very quick exit signal. Boom, right here. Trend broken, oscillator turned over. It's time to get out. So right now we're sitting on our hands with Ethereum and waiting to see what the market tells us to do going forward. To me, this looks bearish as long as we're underneath this area, but the market can certainly surprise us. I would just be very cautious here, and we could be looking at a short relatively soon. If we can get below the moving average, we're already below zero on our oscillator, and we just gotta wait for water to turn red, and for volatility to start expanding, which cause a rising explosion level here. So we'll keep our eyes on that. Let's head on over and take a look at some of the more broader market aspects. So Bitcoin dominance, mostly trading sideways here at resistance. This could kind of go either way still. What's higher time frames look like? We do seem to have found a little bit of support at 45%. I think it still looks more likely that we're gonna pull back towards we're just gonna pull back towards 40% here. So I mean, clearly TA works on Bitcoin dominance, but I just I don't want to put too fine a point on like a support or resistance level. It's just the market seems to one ratio to another. Right now, it really seems to like this 45% Bitcoin, 45% composed of Bitcoin, 55% composed of alts. We'll see if it holds this area, but I think Bitcoin could end up giving some money back to alts here, because alts are just very oversold against Bitcoin. And let's look at the different alt indices that FTX has here. So for those of you who may not be aware, FTX has several different alt perp contracts that represent baskets of different altcoins. And those are kind of nice indices for taking a look at what different baskets of alts might be doing versus one another. So that way we don't have to look at alts as one big amalgamation. We can loosely categorize them. So a Uniswap perp here represents Uniswap coins. Yeah, this is also showing us a rejection from support turned resistance. So we see here support, breakdown, recovery, support, breakdown here. And we do not have a recovery. What we have is support becoming resistance in this spot. This is not fantastic looking. It also makes me really question where are we getting this trend line from? What's this? Let's go into line mode right here. I could kind of draw it any which way here. That could end up making sense. Okay, well, let's give it the benefit of the doubt. Let's see if this is a trend break. They certainly looked like trend breaks last week. I swear I had drawn these lines on the chart. I don't see them right now, but this area right here is at least very reminiscent of a descending wedge here. If we are getting a descending wedge breakout here in this spot, which, like I said, the trend line, I could take it or leave it. But something, if we did have a trend break, a measured move would take us to something along the lines of, let's see. CSPR, there we go. Yeah, a measured move would take us to essentially a retest of the highs here. But right now, this really appears to be giving us some throwback. So I wouldn't be surprised if we ended up retesting the bottom of this at this point. All of these, yeah, this looks rough today.
Kind of how I've been thinking the narrative's going to play out. We might get a lower low here, sweep,
or maybe a retest of the lows. We kind of trade in this. We trade in the area of the wick here on all these different alt contracts. DeFi perp here, representing all the DeFi tokens. You can see here we've also broken the uptrend here on our daily time frame. This looks like we're likely to retest this order block down here. That's also acting as our support level around 5,700. We could do that. We can retest this support level and still have price be bullishly postured here. I mean, we'd be set up for a bounce from this area.
Yep.
You can't help but be given pause by we're rejecting from resistance everywhere else. Just because DeFi perp looks mildly better, I don't want to get our hopes up too much here. Yeah, privacy perp looking rough today, still above our baseline. Exchange perp showing a little bit of strength. Interesting. But it's breaking down. It should be breaking down like that, most likely. Let's zoom in just a little bit. I mean, it held on Friday. We're still kind of above it. Most likely, it looks like we're going to break down here, but I would be very cautious about rushing into trying to short exchange perp in this spot. It's been a little bit more bullish than the other alt contracts, so if we broke down, we'll likely be retesting up here, testing the trend from below. SHIB perp looks like it's ready to break back below our downtrend here. This is a very, very short-lived breakout here. It really seems more like a fake out at this time. I would be looking to. Did we just lose Jason?
Yeah, we did actually. Jason, where'd you go? Well, don't worry about that. I'll just scrub him from the stream. Okay. He never existed.
Jason who? No, I was worried that my internet had dropped for a second.
Nope, you're still here. Keep going.
Okay. Yeah, you see here this area of resistance is showing up really nicely on volume profile right now. Resistance here. Come up, find resistance in this area again. We're rejecting right here. This looks not so nice. Yeah, I think I kind of want to see this move down and trade some more within the volume of this wick. These all look so much the same here, with varying degrees of. Yeah. Okay. So I did draw this. I knew I remember drawing an ascending wedge on these altcoin charts. Okay. We'll see what happens with it, but I want you guys to look at the bigger picture here. While I am expecting altcoins to get a bounce in this area, I do think I want to see them come up and trade back near their resistances, kind of push out late shorters, and people who've gotten maybe a little too bearish too soon. You look at the break of this trend, you look how far extended we are from our weekly trend, and I can't help but feel that we have more downside in our future here for alt perp. And let's now that we're here on the weekly, mid perp here, we see representing mid cap altcoins. See still pretty far overextended from our weekly trend. Bitcoins, yada yada. Exchange tokens, privacy tokens. And yeah. So DeFi perp is a newer perp contract, but you can see here still we've got trends that we're overextended from still, and coming back towards these areas I think will ultimately be relatively healthy. Although interestingly, Dragon Perp here representing Asian altcoins, this one is pretty close to our weekly trend. So I'm interested to see if maybe we get a reaction off this first, or maybe we'll just break the trend on Dragon Perp. That would be very interesting.
Oh, and I'm back. I don't know how my computer just went down.
Well, welcome back.
What I missed?
Oh, we were just we're kind of looking at the weekly. How extended we are from the weekly trend lines on most of the alt perp contracts, privacy perp, exchange perp, shit perp,
exchange perp for sure. I've been noticing that.
Well, I mean, exchange perp is very heavily dominated by BNB. We know BNB, the Binance coin, had just an incredible run.
Yeah, I remember at $38.
Yeah. There's one we missed the boat on. Totally did not see BNB coming. It's out of left field.
Someone saying $500 BNB, I was like that was not on my radar.
Yeah, kudos. Anybody caught that trade? I sure didn't see it. Yeah. Okay, well I think that's really what I have to say for altcoins right now. When I look at Bitcoin dominance, I think that Bitcoin could lose market value to alts in the near term. And that's fine, 1 week, 2 week, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever. But when we look at alts here over the longer term on the weekly chart, man, we're still so overextended. We still have so much room to move down here, even though I know alts are already down like 70, 80% versus their highs. Well, guys,
it can get worse.
Yeah, it could always get worse. So, keep our eyes on it. Like I said, I want to see some shorts flushed out in this area. That's what I'd like to see. I'd like to see us come back up towards resistance here, and then we get the rest of the move downwards. Okay, let's look at traditional markets. Let's see what the Dixie's doing today. Bitcoin and the alts are not so hot today. Usually that means the dollar's rising.
Dixie doing good. Yep.
Dollar's rising today.
Ooh, and she definitely looks poised.
Maybe.
What was that last time frame you were looking at? Was it the weekly?
That was the weekly, yeah.
Okay. You could get continuation out of that for sure. You just gotta wait.
Yeah, you look at the weekly, and it's definitely not a done deal. Yeah. On lower time frames, we have this break of the daily uptrend, and we've got bearish divergence on our oscillator here, as you can see. Our oscillator is making a lower high while price is making a higher high. This is, signs of kind of lagging momentum hidden in price. Why won't you draw the line for me? Draw the line for me. Come on. Draw it. Okay. All right. It's not going to draw. I give up on the line.
All right. It's not going to draw.
Yeah. It's not that important. Blah, blah, blah. This number is higher here, but it's lower here. Bad juju is what I'm trying to say. So just take my word on it. That's lower. Yeah, I think the Dixie looks like a rejection here still, even though we're up today. We've pushed into this area several times. We've rejected kind of hard here on our third push up into it. We've broken the uptrend. We've got this bearish divergence. Our momentum indicator is turned negative. So I think overall there's plenty of confluence here suggesting that the Dixie really is rejecting from this spot, not the least of which this is the area we have pegged as the resistance level, right? So there's so many different reasons to think that the Dixie is rejecting here. We'll see where the weekly closes. Right now, all our weekly closes are below this candle right here. So we should really know by the end of the week whether or not the Dixie is going to get a continuation. But it's my suspicion that we reject here. And if we do reject here on the Dixie, then noting that inverse correlation that we've been talking about, we get a pullback on the Dixie that gives crypto and just alt in general, Bitcoin, room to breathe, and we get that push up towards resistance again that we're kind of looking for. So, but to get that, we do need the rejection from the Dixie in this spot. If Jason's right, and we just kind of continue to slice up here through this resistance level, regardless of of whatever perceived uptrend might have been broken here. If it keeps going, it keeps going, and in that case, we're gonna have to re-reflect on it.
I mean, if that happens, I think that we do get that press lower on everything else, the Bitcoin, the alts.
Yes, absolutely. Yep. And I would most likely shock the market.
Mm-hmm. Just before Stimmy Day.
We do have break of the long-term monthly downtrend here on the Dixie. We're just kind of waiting for the dollar to move up more. We could totally retest the lows, but for right now, it seems more like bottoming behavior to me on the dollar than it does, final consolidation before kiss goodbye to the depths.
To the depth.
All right, so dollar up, usually Dow down, right? No, we're not getting that today. Interesting.
More up.
Dollar up, Dow up today. And interestingly, we so this was a continuation long signal that kind of procced here. Yeah, that's right. Continuation long signal here. And we are getting follow through here today. This is really kind of it for the bearish case. If we don't break down from this spot right here in the next couple days, then we're just gonna have to call it on the Dow Jones and admit that it's turned bullish again. Let's look at the weekly here. Okay. So I still say that last week's close was a bearish close. It's a green candle, sure. We seem to be finding some support here at resistance turn support. Good, that's fine. But I am concerned about the momentum, and we see the lagging momentum in the size of the candles. Big candle, medium candle, small candle. It's really what you want to see in a parabolic movement is an increase, right? That's what parabolic movements are. We see an increasing amount of momentum over time, and so we see price continue to move larger and larger amounts per unit of time. That's what a parabolic movement is. Doing this. Greater movements per unit of time. When we start to see price doing something like this instead, where we're seeing less and less movement, that's momentum starting to lag, and that's at least a sign that things may be topping out on price. Clearly, right now, it looks like the Dow Jones is about to show us just how wrong we are. But we'll give it a little bit of time here still. So Dow Jones showing some strength. We've got the break of this downtrend. We do have this continuation long signal that's following through. So there's a lot of reasons here to be not so bearish. So we gap up on the NASDAQ, trade all day. This is still pretty bullish on lower time frames, though. There's really no reason to think that the Dow isn't gonna, or the NASDAQ isn't gonna continue here at this time. After all, the rule is that new all-time highs beget new all-time highs. So, seeing that NASDAQ continue to just plow through price discovery here. S&P, arguably the strongest out of the three indices that we've looked at today. This is pushing the new all-time highs as we speak right now. And this will be giving a continuation long signal at the end of today. Oscillator turning over. It's crossing up in overbought territory, but hey, sometimes those are the strongest signals. So that's very interesting. Okay. So yeah, I think it's probably just time to admit that the markets have turned bullish again on traditionals, and crypto is not yet following along. We really need to see Bitcoin and the alts move up this week. We need to see it follow traditionals. Hopefully the dollar moving down will give us that if the dollar does move down. If we don't see it, then we're gonna have to wonder if this could be a longer lasting bear market. Yeah, until recently, Bitcoin and traditionals had been fairly strongly correlated. First of all, because of their shared inverse correlation to the dollar. But also because with institutions slowly joining crypto, they manage their portfolios as one. So when they risk off assets because of movements in traditional markets, of course, they go risk off in crypto as well. And so we see selling kind of like become a contagious activity from one market to another. It's possible that the markets are just kind of meandering up without institutions necessarily. I don't know. I don't want to read too far into it, but it's interesting to me here. The markets had been very heavily correlated, but now crypto is consolidating sideways at lows while the stock market pushes into new all-time highs. It's kind of an interesting dichotomy.
All right. How are we doing on the main analysis? We ready to hop into the request line yet?
Yeah, okay. We don't really need to do forex commodities today.
Yeah, we're running a little late, and we do have a neat amount of requests lined up on the board today. So I guess we can go ahead, hop into the request line. We are also about 20 minutes away from the chest opening on DLive, so DLivians, hang tight. We're about to get to that very shortly. In the meantime, I guess if Alex, if I can interrupt Alex here, we're gonna go ahead and send us into the next segment. That's the request line. Shoutouts, by the way, to all the new users coming through today. We like it hard on YouTube. Shoutouts to you. I got your request log, and Rizwan Fazal, hang tight. Gonna get into your request very shortly as well. In the meantime, Lickfield, I just want a little shout out to another user, Lickfield Wakefield, over on YouTube, just came through the chat. He says, hi family, hope all is well with your side. Stay stoked for the crypto space. Stay hodled, gang. Hodl hodl. All right. Thank you, Mr. Lickfield. Shout outs and welcome back to the stream. In the meantime, we're going to get into the next request. Here we go. First request of the day. It's for SLP. User on Twitch by the name of Rallo101 says, hey guys, any chance you could look at SLP if you haven't yet? All right, SLP comes your way now.
Well, it certainly would have been a great trade, all the way back here. I'm not really sure that there is much we can do with it here in this spot, or at least there's nothing that I can do with it. This is feeling a little topped out to me in some ways. It's at this time, it looks like we're kind of starting to push over resistance here. It's possible that you could take this the rest of the way towards 35, 36 cents. But beyond that, we don't really have enough data to make us really interested in holding it beyond that. Yeah. Let's look at the 3-day. Okay. Yeah, it's just too overextended for us in this spot. This, as you can tell, this is an area of resistance. This 3-day resistance here, weekly resistance is up here, daily resistance over here, it's broken. So we could pull back anywhere in this area, and I wouldn't be surprised. But it might be interesting to buy it on a pullback. This area here is really interesting. Sellers seem to have really exhausted themselves here in this spot. We're just not able to go lower here. Push, 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 push. And, we can't go lower, so instead we must go higher. So at that point, with sellers exhausted, buyers kind of take over here. I think maybe the best thing to do in this spot is to keep an eye on the uptrend that we've established. Hold your position for as long as you can. Look to start taking profits near resistance, and then if we break the uptrend, get out of the rest of your position. That's probably the best way to handle it. What's next?
All right, great look at SLP. Shoutouts to Rallo over on Twitch. Hopefully that did cover your request. Getting into the next one here for Crypto Chico Verano, or Chico Blanco, whatever. Mr. Chico writes, maybe we could look at option room, ticker room, later to give viewers an idea of how low these alts can go. $100 million market cap to almost down to 100K. All right, so he wants to do a quick...
We all know how low these things can go.
Yes,
but if you want to look at the chart, sure.
This one's remarkable. I'm doing the mental math here. I mean, that's an absolute, 99% drawdown? I mean, that seems significant.
I mean, I don't really see what he's talking about here. Is there like a different room token?
Well, let's take a look here.
Oh, here we go. So here's a log chart. Well, it looks to me like this was probably a pump and dump listing. Is there something else we want to look at, Jack?
Not in particular. I guess this is just a cautionary tale, guys. When you think, how low can this go? How badly can I get wrecked? Well, down from 100 million, or is it 100 million? Yeah, down from 100 million to just 100K. Wow. Well, rest in peace. I guess anybody in option room. There is your look, Chico Verano, at that one. There ain't a lot more to add to that disaster. Let's get into this next one. This one's from Tesla Go Around on Twitch. Talks about FTX offering a BTC volatility index. Who understands this? Can you bet on low volatility and win or lose? Yeah, that's kind of what it sounds like. Alex, do you know anything about the FTX's volatility index?
Oh.
And how to go about trading it?
I guess I don't understand the question. FTX provides it as a product, so you trade it like any other product. You long it, you short it, depending on what you think is going to happen with it. I don't know how they calculate it, so I can't necessarily explicate that to you. But I mean, TA works on the VIX, and so I would imagine that it probably works on the Bitcoin Volatility Index too. And there's other volatility indexes. So there's BitMEX had some BTC.D, was it? Where was the Bitcoin? BVOL. That's right, BVOL. Oh, that's right. I'm in Chartex right now. Okay. So yeah, so there's right here, BVOL. You can see the FTX volatility token. You can trade that. It looks like you can actually. It must be one of their leveraged token products. This is interesting. So it's not even a perp contract. This is a leveraged token product. I have no idea how it works. Then that's interesting. Here you can see Bitcoin's historic volatility over time. This has been around for quite a long time. As you can see, it tends towards having very strong areas where you can look at when we're at historically high levels of volatility, then things turn around, etc. It can be good to keep an eye on. Anyway, what's next? I really don't want to.
Yeah, there's not a lot to add to it. Yes, yeah. I presume it's the equivalent of something like the VIX. But indeed, we don't really have much of an in-depth take on exactly how one would go about trading the FTX volatility index, besides, of course, the obvious. Now, let's get into Rot Died's request. He wants to look at SNX USD pairing, please. Synthetics.
Okay. Well, when we look here on the weekly, I would suggest we're starting to get towards an area where we'd be looking to take profits. So
meet the resistance.
What?
Said meet the resistance.
Yeah.
Yep. And volatility's running out here. Starting to. Right up on that resistance.
See resistance. We see support right here on the 3-day. Finding resistance at that very spot. Let's go down to a lower time frame right here. So see, we've already started to find resistance right at that level here, making a lower high here. Our oscillator really not liking the amount of momentum that we've got right now. At this time, there's really just nothing to do. I would be looking for a cross under on our oscillator as an excuse to get out of my trade if I was long. If I wasn't in a trade, then I would just sit on my hands and do nothing in this spot because, like I said, we seem to be at resistance. And it's not even like a shortable opportunity because we're above our moving averages, and at that point, the trend is still overall kind of bullish on the time frame where we would be shorting from. It just doesn't make sense. So right now, just don't do anything. What's next?
All right, shout out to Rot Died. There's your look at SNX USD. Let's get right into the next request. We have the following three for any word. Wi-Fi, Ethereum, Solana. All right, well, I mean, you've given Ethereum already a fair shake earlier in the show, so let's look at Wi-Fi and Solana.
Wi-Fi seems to be...
Same thing as Bitcoin.
Sort of. I would consider this to be just kind of chilling in our consolidation area. So this is historically an area of resistance and of consolidation. So we see resistance here, kind of fake out here. We got a head and shoulders Z pattern right here that did end up completing. Blah, blah, blah. Ended up all the way down here. So we find resistance here, consolidate inside of it, and then resistance becomes support. Support all the way up. We find support here again on our way down. Support again. And now it seems to be flipping to resistance. So there's reason to have some caution here. We do have a broken downtrend, it appears. So that's something that's bullish. If we get a continuation signal, that would be good. Then I'd be interested in taking it maybe back towards 45,000 here. Back towards this area of resistance. There's some sense to this spot, but we need that continuation signal first. We need our oscillator to give the okay while we're here above our moving average, and that'll give us enough confidence in coming up off of this support area to then be justified in taking the trade. Because for right now, just go either way. So let's wait for that certainty, and then we take that trade. What's next?
All right, thank you. That was a great look at Wi-Fi. Finally, Solana. Very brief look at Solana. We get into the next request. About 6 minutes. Yep, Solana.
No, that was Wi-Fi. Now we need Solana.
Yes, that was Wi-Fi. Solana next, and chest in 6 minutes.
Okay. This looks pretty bad. This makes me doubt this entire trend line right here. This looks so bad. I feel more like maybe this is the trend line.
Yeah. I like that.
So this is really like a fake out here. And then the rest of the time, we're just trapped below this long-term downtrend since April. Yeah, ooh, look at this 3-day rejection right here. This is really rough looking. And off of our resistance level that we had marked out. Ugh. Kind of an area of liquidity right here. See, this is support right here. We dip down in here before I move upwards. Break down below it. Consolidate here. Retest it one more time. Break down. Yeah. At this point, I think I would be looking to pick Sol up either back near $22 or Alex of the Past really liked $18. 18, 19. And this area makes sense. We see some resistance up here. Find support in this area. Generally, it's wick down here. Who knows exactly how to look. And they kind of trade here in this area for a while. Weekly also very rough looking. I say just no good. Very bad juju here. Get out. Yeah, this looks so bad. But the good part about this spot is that if we're wrong, we'll know pretty quickly once we break this downtrend. And then I'd be happy to take a break of this downtrend, but until we get that, I'm so not interested in Sol right here. And actually, this is a short at the end of today. Nope, we don't have enough momentum yet. I thought this was going to be an initial short on my system, but we don't have quite enough momentum yet to take this, but it looks rough. What's next?
All right, and there would be Anyword's request and look at YFI Solana. And that's the Anyword. Hopefully that hits the spot. Let's get into the next request. It's Mike Maker. Wants to look at Pirate Chain, ARRR.
Alright, we're going to have to use CoinTrader for that one. Whoops. Damn it.
Couple more weeks on KuCoin. Or is it OKEX? Maybe we'll have enough data there.
Yeah, right now we...
It's still pretty sad.
Yeah, this isn't enough data yet for us, so...
Yep.
Thankfully, CoinTrader pulls its data from CoinMarketCap, which usually has a more complete data, so... Here... I guess interested in it because we popped up a little bit here, but I'm not interested in it yet. That is just not enough to... I'm just not sold yet. It's a log trend or a linear trend? Let's draw it as a linear trend. Let's see what that looks like. Go back to the log. Both kind of sucks. Or maybe it is a linear trend. Jesus. This chart doesn't want to take a trend line.
Yeah, that's how I draw it because I'm, well, maybe the 12-hour a little bit more wicks, but yeah, that is kind of...
Go to a higher time frame. Let's take a look at higher time. Look, I don't like the looks of it yet, and I don't see any clear trends to draw here that make a lot of sense. On some time frames, our oscillator is starting to curl up, but that's really no guarantee that we're gonna continue moving up. As you can see right here, we totally got faded right away. Maybe we can bounce in this area. I would exercise really extreme caution in this spot. There's some sense here. We see this is a previous area of consolidation. Finding some support here. Like I said, it could make sense. But there's just nothing obvious here. I don't like it. I would much rather get like a really strong bullish movement, a break of a trend, anything, than try and catch this knife based off of a support level that held back 3 months ago for 1 day. It was tested, you know? We'll see. But I don't want it right now. What's next?
All right, there was your look at Pirate Chain. We've got another pirate coin up next. Can you guess what it is? Monero.
Booty.
XMR. Booty coin.
I thought you said pirate coin, so I thought it was booty.
It means privacy.
Yeah, I was just saying.
Well, we got an idea for the next token. Booty coin coming your way next.
Booty's already a thing. I thought so.
There's nothing for us to do with Monero right now. We're trading inside of our moving average. We're trading inside of support resistance, kind of below a resistance level, but also above a support level. I don't want to do anything with Monero right now. Let's wait for some kind of signal, anything. What's next?
All right, shout outs to Mike Maker for those two. But we got to go into the next one. Oh, the chest. You know what, guys? Thank you for that reminder. We're about a minute and a half late for that chest. All right, I'm going to introduce the next one.
I want to point out that on XMR, the weekly is abysmal looking right here. Don't forget, we've got the break of this weekly uptrend. Yeah. So overall, if you held a gun to my head, I would rather... we could fade late shorters in this spot and test resistance one more time, but I would rather be short Monero overall for a retest down here. What's next?
Alright, I'm going to introduce the next request. I just loaded some lemons in the chest, guys. We're going to do the lemon chest opening at exactly 2:48 my time. That's about 45 seconds from now. I'm going to open the chest, so get ready for that chest prompt coming at you in about 48 minutes after the hour. About 40 seconds left now. Let's get into the next request. I'm going to introduce it. It's Cardano Bitcoin chart, please, on the daily from Wook Chewy. Alright, Cardano Bitcoin. In the meantime, I'm going to get that chest ready to open.
That's an intriguing chart right now.
Yeah.
Like that price absorption. I'm going to see if you get any follow through. But yeah, I would draw a trend like that.
If we could just curl up here, then it's then we're getting a bounce off the moving average. We've got price absorption here. We'd have a
bullish divergence,
and then it would be looking nice. As things stand,
be type C, but it'll be there.
Yeah, I feel like it could go either way right now in the spot. I just wouldn't do anything with it. On higher time frames, we see the same weakness. It could just kind of go either way in the spot. If it went up, I wouldn't be surprised. If we move down and test the previous high, also wouldn't be surprised. We've got room above our, or we could just trade sideways until we reconnect with our logarithmic uptrend. So just don't do anything right now. What's next?
Alright, lemons have been distributed, guys. Hopefully everybody was on the ball for that one. Sorry it came in a couple of minutes late, but as long as everybody got a sufficient amount of heads up. Shoutouts to, by the way, Jamook. Jamook just kicked it in the live chat. Welcome back to the show, Jamook. In the meantime, let's quickly shout out to today's big winners. Gave away over 500 lemons yet again here in D-Live. Winner in first place, Anyword with 102 lemons. Yours truly absolutely broke the algo today. I came in second with almost 60 lemons. Crypto Bull with 43 lemons. Tazblitz with 34. And Boris Bitcoin with 28 lemons. Congrats to everybody. If I have enough, I'll give away a premium or the trader the subscription to D-Live in just a second. Stand by for your chance to grab that. In the meantime, I'm going to introduce the next request. That was a look at Cardano Bitcoin for Wook Chewy. We have the following for Splashy85. He says, could you find me a good entry for TFUEL, TRX2 if we can? All right, TFUEL first. Where would you entry yourself up?
Sure.
Well, so far this drawing we've been tracking, we never did move back up and retest its resistance, but we are continuing to mount an assault on support here. So at the very least, I would be looking to pick it up around 25 cents. But I gotta tell you, most likely on this third test of that support, it's probably gonna break. When we look at higher time frames here, I think we look topped out. We've got a weekly bearish divergence here. We're crossing under our weekly moving average. Where do we? There's a weekly broken uptrend right there. Where do we want to pick it up? If not 25 cents.
Depths of hell. 9 cents.
I kind of like the volume around 9 cents. This is kind of an interesting area. We see a lot of consolidation here before the rest of the move up. So there's a lot of liquidity in this area.
Will be a bloody day.
Yeah, I think these are ultimately the two places I'm looking for 9 cents, 10 cents. And I'm also kind of interested in 15-cent area, which has already been tested for liquidity once, as you can see. Tap right here. So yeah, I'm sure we're going down to at least 25 cents, 24 cents or so. Most likely we will be breaking down from that area of support, and if so, I'm looking towards 15 cents and 10 cents for buy-in areas. What's next?
All right, same question concerning TRX Tron. Can we give Tron a quick look?
Why would you enter Tron?
Well, somebody apparently.
I can tell you where if you can tell me why.
Have
Justin
faith.
Sun said
Have
so.
faith, we are Padawan.
Justin Sun's opening up a new TikTok, so you know it's gonna be ham. God, that was terrible too, man. You gotta watch for support there, though. Nothing to do.
You know, I feel like this is a good area to be eyeing.
Even
at the very least, I don't see us going below 2.5 cents, like basically ever. This is such a strong area of consolidation and support. Yeah, I think it makes a lot of sense to look towards a retest of 4 cents and maybe 3 cents. Those are really the two areas that make sense to look to be buying in.
All right, that concludes your thoughts. Great. We got to speed this along here. We only got a few minutes left in the show. Still quite a few requests to do, so we're gonna fast forward this next segment. Jose Alves, can we look at EOS.THETA? All right, I think you gave EOS a look already.
No,
not quite. All right, quickly scan through the EOS chart.
So I also noticed that someone was asking for a crypto product that we really liked. I think if you look up information on Bullish Global, the SPAC merger, Profi, and what EOS has got going on this year, it could be a good contrarian play. I know a lot of people aren't looking at it right now, but it's kind of interesting to me. It makes a lot of sense to be looking for EOS to move back towards resistance and then have another push down towards support. Maybe we hold the support area, maybe we don't, but I would want to see that, attempt to push out the last few, scare out any people who aren't in it for the long haul, So we've got the break of the downtrend. We pump after the break of the downtrend. And you see us here retesting resistance here. Resistance as support currently. The strength is interesting, but it's starting to feel like, we're actually rejecting from this area even. So I just, we're in along with it now. I almost kind of wish we weren't in the long, but it could still complete. I think the best thing to do with EOS right now is just not much. I think the best thing to do with all of crypto right now is just not much. I mean, you may have heard me say that several times today.
All right, there was your look at EOS DOT and THETA very quickly.
It's the same chart as everything else, guys. It looks pretty crappy, but we can't short it. We're still above the moving average. Theta. This one is actually... I think we missed our opportunity to short. Our opportunity to short was back here. We seem to be breaking below support right here. This is pretty rough looking. Yeah. It's interesting. I wonder what's going to happen with our weekly trend. Looks like it could break. For right now, I would be looking to buy THETA around $3. That was a pretty strong support resistance level back in the day. I think I'd like to see that retested again if we break down from here. What's next?
Alright guys, we're low on time from here on out, so I'm going to try and cherry pick the next couple of requests. I do want to take care of Mr. Ether, so we're going to do his request next. He writes the following: there's a traditional market I'd like to look at. It's the Walgreens stock, ticker WBA.
WVA?
WBA, Walter Bravo Alpha. There you go. Walgreens, what's it up to?
Well, it does look like actually does look that different from a lot of things we looked at. We see a broken up trend right here. Trade below our moving average to actually cross them at the same time. We're a little oversold right now, so it's possible that we could get a retest back up towards $51. But overall, I think I expect to see further downside towards the $40, $41 range. Come back towards our point of control / consolidation area right down here. Yeah, I mean, we see this this area of resistance here on our VPVR kind of pushing up into this volume right here. I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't even get up to this area. Like we come up here, we reject from maybe $48, $49 and then move down towards 41 here.
Careful on
I do, however, also see one support level of note around, I guess that's basically $45, $45.50. See it right here, support here, resistance here. It's also on VPVR, so like volume, there's orders around that area. It's interesting. All right, that's all I have to say on Walgreens right now.
All right, there's Walgreens. If you guys are feeling generous enough, Alex, you in particular, if you don't mind running like maybe 5 minutes overtime into the show, I'd like to knock out just a couple more requests. Don't want to leave these guys hanging. Torrent on YouTube writes, hey Alex, have you had any good mofongo in Puerto Rico so far? What is mofongo? Is that a drink? Is that the signature drink of Puerto Rico? I don't know. Is it a fruit? Alex, have you heard of mofongo?
No, it's a food. It's not a fruit.
Oh.
It's like a rice dish, like you might imagine. Pretty much everything is in Latin America. So, I have not had much of it. No, I've been trying a lot of the other dishes like that, but worked my way to mofongo again.
All right, he's gonna work his way up.
Work my way to mofongo.
Yeah, what is the secret of mofongo? I'm gonna have to Google that recipe for later. In the meantime, let's get into the next request here. I do thank Alex for being so generous today. Rizwan Fazal, he asks, what's the best entry for Bitcoin? Rizwan, welcome to the channel. I know this might be a question that might roll Alex's eyes back.
Yeah, no one knows, buddy.
Nobody knows.
No one.
Just keep DCAing in it if you believe in it.
Yes,
yeah.
DCA. Watch, after the show wraps up, we are going to, of course, have a replay available for you on YouTube. Do check out Alex's thoughts on Bitcoin. We'll have a timestamp in the description below. You can quickly review his thoughts on Bitcoin. Might help you decide on what to do with Bitcoin next. But your best bet, DCA, as the boys said. Dollar cost average, buy a little here, buy a little more later, etc. We like it hard on YouTube. Also a new user, I'd like to throw them a bone. They write, what are your thoughts on VET? All right, can we take a quick look at VeChain?
Looks like everything else, man. I would be very cautious about shorting this area because you really risk shorting the bottom. This area of liquidity has held several times. We see this tested here, tested here, tested here. Maybe we come down here, we trade in this area, it holds, and then we just kind of burst up. There's just nothing to do on anything. I think you just all should be just sitting on your hands. We didn't see any trades today, did we? We didn't see one trade that you guys should be taking today.
I have not. It wasn't overextended.
Yeah, it's the same as every other chart. Just don't do anything. What's next?
All right, that's a bet. Shoutouts to this new user or two in the chat today, guys. I hope you enjoyed your stay today. I hope you follow us tomorrow, as we are going to be back for another 2-hour installment in this broadcast. But let's get a couple more requests knocked out since Alex has greenlit a couple more minutes in the show. We have Torrent. Hey guys, can you look at Coin? Can we look at the Coinbase stock real quick?
Still finding resistance from this area. Interestingly, we seem to be getting faded here on the time transformation.
Ooh, yeah, about to curl back over.
But yeah, at this point, I'd keep my eye on the uptrend here, which is in danger of breaking. If it did break, then I would definitely be out of any coin long position, because we're most likely to come down and retest the lows here, which has a bit of volume showing on volume profile, around 228, 225. I really wouldn't be surprised to see a sweep all the way back down towards that area. So that's really where you want to be longing from, and then we could even produce a if this is a true accumulation range, we could even produce a scary spring where we go below $200, kind of get all these people who bought here to puke up their positions down here to moneyed interest, and bring it back over support, trade sideways, move up. We'll see. But yeah, keep your eyes on the uptrend. For right now, I just wouldn't do anything. If we broke over resistance, then you could long. If we broke below here, then there's maybe a short opportunity on the table. But right here, don't do anything. What's next?
All right. I have a couple of requests here from Chico Crypto Verano. But we did tackle a few of his requests already. We are low on time. Chico, I'll circle around, try to get you again. But in the meantime, I would like to give a priority to someone who hasn't had a request in yet today. Alex81SG, he asks, can you look at Form? He averaged in around 18 cents. He wants to buy more. What are your thoughts? Form, F-O-R-M. Let me see what this token is about.
Yeah.
Formation Phi, Ethereum-based token, primarily trades on KuCoin. KuCoin top trading pair.
Yeah, I would say no. He bought where? 18 cents?
18 cents, although this is the wrapped BNB chart.
I think you should do absolutely fucking nothing, because we don't have enough data, and all we're doing is trading inside of this trading range. I'm glad that this has turned into a winning trade for you. I hope you took some profits up here. For right now, I would be totally uninterested in adding to a position unless we broke this resistance level. And most likely after this resistance, I would be very suspicious and looking to have an excuse to get out. These things, I'm telling you, man, these coins on listing, they pump for a little bit and then they just dump for weeks on end as insiders take their profits. You're gonna get fucked. Yeah. But I mean, do what you want. I would suggest though that you not add to your position, and it would just wait for some like actual good TA or something rather than FOMO.
Yeah, opium.
Yeah.
All right.
Buying at support made sense. I see why you might have bought 18 cents. Like, is there anywhere we've got more data? Anywhere at all?
Go to TradingView. Look up its which one was it? It's KuCoin chart. Yep. You hit up TradingView, search for Form on KuCoin. There she is.
More data. Okay. All right. So no, we don't have any more data. So, and I'm not even sure that the 18-cent spot made. Or maybe it. Okay. All right. Fine. Look, man, you're in the middle of the trading range. Just don't do anything. If you didn't take profit here and you desperately want to add to your position, you could try re-adding it back near support. But I feel like if we were back in that area, it's probably going to break. at that point.
All right, there's your look at form. You have been warned. All right, Mr. Verano, I'm sorry we couldn't get to your request today. If Alex is feeling gracious enough, we have one last maybe request.
What's this last one?
This one's from a new user over on YouTube, Max Welch. Welcome to the show, Mr. Welch. And he says, "Hi guys, I'm looking to buy a token called CSPR. Its fundamentals look okay, and the chart looks awful. Can I get a second look?" All right. Let's see, how awful does this chart look on CSPR? Let me take a quick look. What is CSPR? Yeah, CRISPR. Oh, it's Casper. Yes, Casper. That's exactly what it is. Top trading pair on Gate.io, followed by OKEX.
What was the question?
He likes the fundamentals of it, but the chart looks awful to him. Can you give any additional input? I mean, it looks awful. You're right.
Additional input. You nailed it. The chart is awful.
Yeah.
I have no indicator that is telling us to buy. I have no instinct that is telling me to buy, and I think even you know yourself that you shouldn't be really looking at this. I don't see. I see no reason here to be interested in this. I see no break of any downtrends. I see no real buy signals. I see there's just nothing. No, just no.
All right, Wax Welch, welcome to the show. Please do follow and subscribe. You know, we will be here. We're here every day, 2 hours a day, Monday through Friday. Tomorrow it might be another day for Casper. Always an opportunity.
There's 5,000 other tokens. Go find something else. Ooh, that does not look like AIDS.
Yes. But I do, of course, like throwing a bone, even if it's
it sounds like you already knew the chart was bad. I'm glad to agree with you. You were right. Move on.
Absolutely. And move on we will, guys. The show has run about 10 minutes late today. We did get a lot of requests kind of piling in late in the show, so I do appreciate everybody put a request in. Chico, story about not being able to get to your requests, including the likes of Luxo and these two odd ones, XTK and NFTX. Chico, if you could, please do come back for tomorrow's show. I will make sure we do these alt requests of yours early in the request line for tomorrow. But this is a Monday. We took it easy, put in a little overtime. Shoutouts to Alex and Jason, of course, for holding it down today. All right, another week begins here. We're going to be back tomorrow for the Tuesday installment in your favorite cryptocurrency technical analysis, all things charting and crypto show. What else is there to mention? Premium.crackencryptocurrency.com. Do check that out if you have not yet subscribed to Premium. Is the no, I think it's over, right? We had that week-long discount. It's probably over. Congrats to anybody who took advantage of the 15% off promotion. If you didn't, you missed it. No big deal. Stay tuned to the show. If you do want to catch it on the discount, we do have what's the next discount coming up? Black Friday, maybe? Might be a couple months away. But hey, if you hang tight, you'll certainly get another crack at premium membership at a discount if you wait for the next coupon code. But in the meantime, do check out all the premium material we have to offer. Everything from our educational material, our Pathways to Profits course, which teaches you how to become a systems trader, learn how to build your own systems, and take charge of your trading. No more discretionary stuff. Learn how to follow signals based on the system that you can build by learning to do that using the Pathways to Profits course we have available for you premium, along with a suite of proprietary indicators at your fingertips, signals, community mentorship, premium voice channel, etc. Man, there's so much to offer. But checking out premium, you can also check out discord.crackencryptocurrency.com for our Discord community. Look forward to seeing you there. Thank you again, everybody showed up for UFC on Saturday. It was so much fun. What a night. All right, not much more to add. I have some more UFC memes I'm going to deposit on the show tomorrow. We'll get into those in a bit. Maybe I'll put them in the meme channel for now in the Discord. Not much more to add. We ran late, so I'm going to wind it down right here. Any comments I need to mention? Torrent writes, thank you, CC. Taz Blitz with a thumbs up. Max Welch, it's unfortunate, but thank you. Yes, it certainly is. Chico says, all good, though. Thank you. We'll come back tomorrow. If you do circle back, all right, I will. Please make a note of that for tomorrow, Chico, for that one. All right, everybody else. Much love to you all. Going to wind it down here. Final words for analyst.
Don't trade. Probably.
I was gonna say, yeah, don't take any trades today. It's probably not gonna look too good.
Yeah, I don't even want to say trade safely. Just don't trade.
Yep.
Just don't trade.
Don't trade. Yep. We'll come back to us tomorrow. We'll have a fresh take for you on the Tuesday edition of the Breaking Bitcoin Market Update. Peace out, y'all.
All right.
Goodbye. All right. 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 Out we go.
All right.
Hey, Alex,